Are you into Italian rock? After seeing Netflix's Beautiful Rebel, I may have to expand my musical repertoire even more. This tells a fragment of the life of one of the most incisive and renowned voices of Italian music, showcasing the creative mind of a woman capable of shaping emotions with poetry and music. A unique revolutionary artist made music and freedom her manifesto and introduced Gianna Nannini as the Beautiful Rebel. So this is based on a real person, but I don't know how much of this is inspired, truthful, or just plain fantasy. So it's best to approach this as a dramatic retelling of someone whose dream was to become a professional singer and performer. Now through this, we get to watch alternating flashbacks and present struggles as Gianna Nannini works to become a professional singer. Almost instantly, we can see why the film is titled Beautiful Rebel. Gianna certainly moves to the beat of her own drum. She is gruff, opinionated, at times uncompromising, and incredibly self-reliant and strong. She knows what she wants and unashamedly goes after it, typically without any fear or hesitation. But when we see flashbacks of her as a kid and teen, these traits can make her seem petulant. But then we're shown examples of her overbearing and dismissive father, and it makes sense that she'd need to be her own advocate to progress towards her dreams. Now, as you might expect, songs are interwoven to reinforce what we're being shown in Gianna's life. Now, these give insight into her thoughts, worries, and at a key point, even an internal conflict that exacerbates her recording and threatens her career. Now, songs are amazing, especially if you enjoy energetic rock, pop, or power ballads, and they work to illustrate how ghosts of her past haunt her, whether those are relationships, family history, or expectations. And as we watch that internal conflict that I had mentioned take hold, it's a big change in tone for a large sequence. But that doesn't reduce the impact and emotional resonance of the story. Gianna's life looks like she's on a steady downward spiral, but each challenge and setback inspires her further, strengthening her writing and intensifying the passion in her songs. And the music is spectacular. Now, I'm not sure if Letizia Toni, who plays Gianna, is actually singing, but if she is, she has an amazing presence and this raspy, strong voice. It reminded me a little of somebody like Alana Miles or Brandi Carlile. There's ferocity and power in her voice that makes her singing infectious. Now, there is a quick pace to the storytelling, moving us through the challenges, conflicts, and successes quickly. And while these help to maintain a forward motion to the narrative, it often feels like so much is left out, whether that be contexts or mindsets. I wish the overall story arc was more developed to give us further insight into Gianna's reasons and her influences. There's family pressure and drama that influence her worldview and priorities, but in an effort to move the story along faster, relational elements are skimmed or ignored. So what we're left with is thin and not as satisfying as it could be. The movie's just short of 2 hours, but I'd rather this either be about 15 minutes longer and then spend the time to dive into Gianna's relations, or cut out some of the other portions, like you're singing at a bar, and instead give those relationships the time they need. In all of what I'm saying, it does make more sense within a specific plot point, but I don't want to spoil that particular element. Just know that there is a certain mindset Gianna faces, and this in itself, it is rich for exploration. What we're shown, it's dramatic and heartfelt, but it needs more time to fully delve into it. At the very end of the movie, we're shown a performance from the real Gianna, adding a nice and sweet touch to the finale. And if the goal of this film was to attract new fans of her music, I liked what I've heard so far and have added a playlist of her songs on my Spotify. If it's to praise an Italian singer and brag about Italy, this accomplishes that as well. The music, like I said, can be infectious, and when paired with the emotional investment that Toni gives to the performance, what we watch on screen can be just as mesmerizing as the lyrics themselves. My largest negativity for this production is that while this is meant to be only a glimpse into the rock star's life, and it is shown across a huge range of years, what we really get are tiny blinks scattered throughout. And while these slices that we're invited to watch can be compelling, and they're certainly musical, they don't always provide the depth that the story's going for. We may get a good look at her life collectively over time, but it's typically a shallow and underdeveloped view. So overall, Beautiful Rebel provides an intriguing but hollow look at an Italian rock star who, like Frank Sinatra, did it her way and rose to success. The music is executed awesomely, relaying earworms for fans, new and old alike, while also providing small examples of how the songwriting was influenced. Leticia Toni captivates with raw emotion, channeling strength, fear, rage, and love into her performance, so the actor disappears and we only see Gianna. The story is missing much of the detail that can elevate a production from good to exceptional, leaving this one to sit in the good despite the subject of the narrative being extraordinary. There is sex, nudity, a lot of profanity, and a little bit of violence. I give Beautiful Rebel 3 out of 5 couches. So who's a favorite singer of yours? I mean, this could be a solo artist or a band. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.